12 News at 10 starts now.
Everyone, thanks so much for joining us for 12 News at 10 o'clock on this Saturday. I'm Rachel Cole. Tonight, a Valley man badly burned during a run-in with police is now suing the city of Phoenix and 4 of its officers, claiming they held him against the scalding hot pavement for several minutes. 12 News journalist Gabriella Becerra read through those court records and is live in studio for us tonight with what the lawsuit alleges. Gabby?
Well, Rachel, the lawsuit claims those officers acted with excessive force by holding him to a hot surface until he was severely burned. Just to warn you, some of the images we're about to show you are graphic. 4 minutes of being held against hot pavement left Michael Kenyon with third-degree burns covering his body. A newly filed federal lawsuit against the city of Phoenix and 4 of its officers alleges Kenyon was wrongfully stopped for a theft he didn't commit on July 6, 2024, a 113-degree day. According to court documents, officers were looking for a 5'5" man with back tattoos, accused of stealing a laptop from a downtown Phoenix home. Responding officers reportedly mistaked Kenyon, a 5'10" man with no tattoos on his back, as the suspect. The court documents detail how officers stopped Kenyon, took him to the ground, and then piled on top of him. Kenyon screamed for help as one officer reportedly kneeled on his head, pressing the side of his face into the asphalt. The other officers were on his back. 4 minutes passed before officers lifted him up and walked him to the car. Kenyon was in so much pain that he could not even stand. Kenyon was handcuffed in the back of the police car and continued to be handcuffed to his hospital bed. He spent 30 days in a burn center and is still in physical therapy trying to regain mobility. He was left with scarring and disfigurement. The lawsuit alleges officers used excessive force, violating his constitutional rights. Kenyon is seeking damages to compensate for medical bills, lost wages, pain, and suffering. And the lawsuit also accuses the city of Phoenix for failing to maintain a policy prohibiting officers from pressing a suspect against hot surfaces capable of causing partial thickness burns. Rachel?
Gabby, thank you for the latest on that ongoing story. We appreciate it tonight. The white sage fire burning up north has exploded in acreage at this hour. It continues to burn near Fredonia and Page and Jacob Lake. Officials say it's burned more than 19,000 acres and there's still no containment. The fire was sparked by lightning on Thursday. Yesterday, about 500 visitors to the area were evacuated. Another fire is burning not far from the white sage fire. The Dragon Bravo fire is south, but still near the Grand Canyon and has burned about 5,000 acres at this time. We're told the Grand Canyon evacuated all park staff, employees, and North Rim residents. That fire also at 0% containment. And with multiple fires burning up north, we want to check in with meteorologist Chris Dunn for a closer look at the conditions.
Yeah, Rachel, it has been dry and we're still waiting for the full onset of the monsoon. And until that happens, the fire conditions will be prime for more fires like this in the Kaibab National Forest, north rim of the Grand Canyon. All of this is north of Flagstaff in this area right up here. The winds will favor the firefighters tonight as it comes back down, but more windy weather on the way for tomorrow. Winds in that 20 to 25 mile per hour range from Flagstaff to the Grand Canyon, Big Springs, and up towards Tuba City. And also complicating matters is the smoke. The smoke plume was kind of directed out to the east earlier today. Now more of a kind of a southeasterly direction into tomorrow morning. And so that smoke could indeed affect Flagstaff all the way along I-40 down to Winslow and into the Hebrew Overguard area as well. So some of that smoke from the fire heading down to Flagstaff, but it really depends on the exact vector of the wind, in which direction that wind is blowing from both of the fires that are happening up here. So we're talking about the White Sage fire with over 19,000 acres burned so far, and the Dragon Bravo fire with 5,000 acres. And one other additional note, if you happen to be up in that area and you have a drone, don't fly it, because if you fly the drone, they can't fly to fight that fire. 108 in Phoenix today, 107 is normal, so we were pretty close to that number. We'll be pretty close the next couple of days, but we're also tracking the next big thing. A monsoon surge is on the way for next week. We'll talk about that coming up in just a few minutes. Rachel?
Chris, thank you. And we know our fire crews are certainly busy, and crews from the Phoenix Fire Department, in fact, deployed to Kerr, Texas earlier this week after that devastating flooding that happened. Today, we're getting a glimpse at their search efforts to find those who are still missing. We're told the task force is using search dogs, and the canines are a big help. So far, at least 129 people have died and 166 are still missing tonight. No word on when those teams will return here to the valley, but they say they will assist for as long as needed. A 25-year-old woman has been sentenced to 5 years in prison after this road rage shooting that happened in August of last year. Alyssa Soto pulled up next to another car near Higley and McKellips. Soto and the other driver started arguing. Then the video shows Soto pulling out a gun and firing at the other car. That incident was captured on the victim's Tesla camera. Fortunately, no one was hurt in that incident. A man is dead after an accident that happened in the West Valley. Glendale police say he was driving his pickup near 65th Avenue and Camelback when he hit a phone pole. Witnesses in the area heard the noise, called 911, and while first responders tried saving him at the scene, he was taken to the hospital and died of his injuries. Another fatal crash happening earlier this morning, this one involving two cars near 18th Street in Van Buren. Take a look here. Phoenix police say a 25-year-old man died after crashing into another vehicle that was driven by a teenager. We're told the teen took off with other passengers on foot, but was later found at their residence and admitted to being behind the wheel of that deadly accident. Police don't believe impairment was a factor, but say the victim was likely speeding. An armed man was taken into custody after a brief standoff. This happened near 83rd Avenue and Indian School Road this morning. Officers say they negotiated with the man in that Fry's parking lot and were able to de-escalate the situation. Authorities say the man was suffering from a mental health crisis and he has been taken to the hospital for further treatment. Tempe police to the rescue, and in 30 minutes or less, it seems like, after a pizza delivery driver was actually arrested on the way to drop off an order. It happened last week on the 4th of July. Police say the driver was arrested for reckless driving and racing near Rural Road and Gilbert Drive. When officers stopped the driver, they noticed the pizza and made sure to get it to the customer who ordered it. The pizza was still warm when officers brought it to the customer's front door. Look at that. Just shocked that the police ended up delivering the pizza. No extra charge. Happening this weekend in Mesa, the Cactus Cup. It's an event that brought together competitive fencers, coaches, and tournament organizers. Listen.
I definitely think that the popularity of shows like Game of Thrones, and I think that the proliferation of some of the influencers in the sport of HEMA, like getting a lot of views with like TikTok and Instagram, has really like kind of catapulted it into like the public mind. So I've seen the sport, even in my relatively short time in it, just explode.
And if you're interested in attending the Cactus Cup, doors open tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock.